master branch, and we're merging branch Bob into the master branch, and there are these deletions here that we don't want, and this one deletion here that we do want. So we want to selectively merge things here, and then once we commit them, selectively merged removal of ellipse, but not deletion of bootstrap. Thanks. So once we do that, we'll commit it with that message. So over here, let me get out of full screen here so you can see. Get into full screen, I guess. You'll see that we have our GitHub unstaged changes. So these initially could be staged, where we have, these are all the changes we're going to make to master. We're going to remove border radius, and we're going to delete these, and we're going to move that around a little bit. Okay. So I don't actually want to make these changes to index, though. So I can do this two ways. I can remove bit by bit the selection. So I can unstage that. I can unstage that. Unstage. So this is like if there are things in the same file, you know, maybe I like this new position of the H3 class having no space. Or having a space. Yeah, having no space. That seems like a good change to have. I want that. I want that to be a change that is made when I merge Bob's changes into master. But I don't want these deletions to be made. And so, and in style, I want that change. So these are my staged commits. So selectively making merge changes, and we can commit from here, or we can also commit from GitHub at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and commit from here. And we can see we have a changed file, index.html, and so we don't actually want that change to be made. So we're going to discard those changes. Okay. If we look over at index.html, all right, so let's commit to master, and let's push to origin. So over here at our GitHub tutorial, see, we have 8 commits on branch master. There's our selectively making changes. So let's look at the raw. Oops. So we have these links back in, which is good. All right, and then if we look at our index, at our style.css, we can see that the border radius is gone. All right. So now GitHub at master, if we look at our test team page, we should see that as we expand, bootstrap links are working again, and we don't have ellipses. Cool. Okay, so that is in a nutshell, how to set up a GitHub repository, how to invite collaborators, how to have those collaborators make their own branches and merge only into their own branch until they're happy with their code, and then how to merge all those branches into your master branch. And along the way we learned how to use Atom, how to use Atom with GitHub using these staged, unstaged changes to make selective edits. We learned a little bit about Bootstrap and just some example classes, that CSS classes and Bootstrap classes. We learned about CDNing, so this is getting code from the web rather than from a local folder. CDNing, which is a great way to get Bootstrap because it actually gets queued in the client's browser for the next time they visit your site, or if they go to the site from some other site, they'll already have that queued. So it actually makes the load time a lot faster. And how to get images from a web source as well as a local file source. I hope that was useful to you. Keep in mind that you can use Git command line if you want to from your GitHub desktop app. Just or you can use the command line directly from Git, the Git bash, which looks more like this. Ooh. Using min shell. So the things, we're not in our Git repo. Where am I? CD desktop. So this is just what happens behind the scenes, what the GitHub app and what Atom, the program, are doing for you. Behind the scenes is they're issuing commands like this to GitHub. So if I do git add star, I'm going to add everything to my repo. If I do git commit -m with message, that's how you make a commit message. It's telling me I have nothing to commit, which is correct. Could make something real well. Git push origin master would push to the master branch. So I'm just showing you this stuff because sometimes there'll be something you want to do with Git, the version control software, that you can't do with this desktop app, the GitHub desktop app. When you do get to that point, what you want to do is look at the documentation for Git. And this is worth reading anyway, at least the getting started part. You'd say git checkout. We can make a new branch this way, Daniel test, and you can see I'm on that branch now, and I'm up to date with master. So if I made a change here and wanted to merge back into master, I would check out the master branch. Oh, git branch master. Check out. Oh, no -b. So to switch back to your master branch, use that. So these are all just what's happening in the background, and you can directly type these commands in and push to your repo. So if we make like one minor change here on our master branch in GitHub, let's just go to index and let's make a comment in our CSS that is just testing GitHub command line, or Git, sorry, not GitHub, just Git command line commands. So if I save that now, and I go to, so to get to that, you go repositories and open command prompt or control, and backtick, and then once that's open, I have mine kind of set to cool settings. It might look a little different in yours. Once that's open, we can do git status, and you can see that change I just made, then style CSS, and I can do git diff style.css to see what happened, and it says, hey, look, you added this testing line commands in this location, so right above the body, and that is in your style.css class. And so now if I do git add, I can either directly pick it, or I can just add everything at once with the wildcard, and then do git status. This is the staging of changes, so now that is that change is staged, like we saw in Atom. So now if I do git commit, so it's not yet committed, -m added a comment, you can see that there's one file now committed. So over here in our desktop, you can see that there's no file changes to master, but it's saying, hey, because we've committed it already, but you can push to origin. I'm not going to push to origin from here. I'm going to do it from the command line. So git push origin master, and if we go now to our repo, see there were 8 commits and 3 branches, and we look on our master branch and refresh, we now have 9 commits, and the last change we made, if we go to the commits and we want to see the message and the exact change, we can just go there. Whoops, not the person, the commit. And it'll show us exactly what we changed. We added this comment here. Okay, so we did all that from the command line. Like I said, there are 2 ways to use the command line. You can either open the min-gwin git console by typing, opening git bash, and that is a desktop app you get, and that looks like this. Wow. That looks like this. Or you can, from the GitHub desktop app, you can open up a file explorer with repository, open in command prompt. All right. Okay, so everything you can do with the GitHub desktop app, you can do with just Git, with just this version control command line, and you can do much, much more with the version control command line. GitHub desktop app just makes that a little easier, so you don't have to be typing directly to the into your shell, talking directly to your computer.